God was speaking about his children. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my children, of my people, which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by the reason of their what? Taskmasters. That's Exodus 3 verse 7. He said, for I know their sorrows. He said, and I am come down to deliver them out of the hands of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey. God acknowledged the fact that his children were crying, and for him to be able to do something about it, he has to send a man. God acknowledged. And I've said to you that crying is what you resort to when you are faced with predicaments that you don't have the ability in yourself to solve. What do? You cry. Huh? If you see a young child that is being disciplined either by the teacher in the school, what does the child do? The child will cry. Because the one who is disciplining the child who is beating the child is stronger than the child and more advanced. Right? But will you see your age mate call you and say, come here, lie down there, get me belt? Your age mate. And it's not like you were bought as a slave for the person. What do? You revolt. You fight when you are at the level of those who are oppressing you. You cry when they are stronger than you. So God was saying that this is not a fair game. The only thing these guys could resort to do was what? Cry. Go and bring bricks. They do it with tears. That food, you won't eat it because you did not finish the mortar that you were making in the morning. You will sleep at night with tears. That clothes, you can't wear it because you have not labored enough to pay the wages. The person will move naked with tears. You are not going to go back to your wife and children until the 7 of you have finished this job. The person will do it with what? Tears. I gave you an illustration yesterday. And check it out. Sometimes even when they want to slaughter animals for food, you see tears drop down their eyes. The animal can see the knife, but there's nothing he can do. Those who have held the animal and tied it have kept it in a condition that he can't revolt. I'm saying that there are Christians who are being overpowered like animals. They have been overpowered by strong forces. Let me say, I've shared this story with you before. Years back, one of my spiritual daughters called me. It's a very painful one, and she runs an orphanage home, and I care a lot for the less privileged. I said, Pastor, please sir, wherever you are now, help me, please come. And I have to travel from one city to another. So I told 2 people to follow me. The distress I saw in her voice wasn't good, so I went there. When I went there, they greeted me, and then she came out of the door and greeted me. So I stretched my hands towards her and shook her hands. And that was why I found out why God will have me come there. When I shook hands with her, she began to scream and began to manifest demonic spirit. Long story cut short, we casted out the devil from her. And the first question she asked when she saw me is, Sir, how did you get here? I said, you called me. She broke down in tears and said, for past 7 days, she said, I was sleeping at night. She was telling her story now. She said somebody came in through the wall and led her by hand into a place. And she said, I've been tied down there and they've been beating me for the past 7 days. Will an handshake revive you from that place? That's why you need power. So we casted out the devil and set her free. Where anyone that can lead her into the dungeon like that for 7 days in the spirit could have killed her. Are you what I'm saying here? Demons have made many Christians puppets in their hands. Meanwhile, these are people who ought to be filled with what? Power. If they kill that there, medicine has a diagnosis for that. Could say heart attack. Abi? Could say sleep apnea or whatever. You want to just put a name there. But it doesn't change the fact that there is a battle this person fought and did not win. The way you kill a chicken, you can't kill a tiger like that. You won't even dare. So it's not about the enemy. It's about the quality of power that you have. Everyone under the sound of my voice, get up on your feet. And I want you to listen to what I'm saying here. I want you to get up with anger. And you know why you have to pray this morning aggressively? Enough is enough of going through things that you can't change. You ask God for power. I break free from everything that looks like the restriction of the enemy. Everything, I break free from them. Empower me. I break free from everything that looks like being tied in a camp. I break free from everything that looks like being held in a dungeon, that looks like manipulation of destiny. I break free. I will not be subjected to this nonsense. Lord, in the name of Jesus, I break free. Lord, in the name of Jesus, I break free. Lord, in the name of Jesus, I break free. In the name of Jesus, I refuse to be subjected to any form of measures by the kingdom of darkness. I am saturated with power. I am saturated with what? Power. Please pray. Oh, please pray. Reke sende rogo sende. Kaila pante kapande reko sende. Reina kapunte kerai katabalate. Sente rogo sende. In Jesus' mighty name we pray.